Hello and welcome to an overview of oodlü. We've just released this platform. This is a platform to provide games to support your teaching and learning. It's a social enterprise, so we've priced things as best we can to keep it affordable for everybody. The idea is that you go onto the site, you create questions on any subject in any language, and then you set those to your students. They can play those in any of the games that we have on the site or on our mobile apps. We're supporting Android and iOS at the moment. And then you can go and see analytics, deep analytics for the plays that they've done, who's struggling, who's doing well. And further than that, you can even give parents access to that data as well via the parent mobile app as well. So that's the basic premise behind it. So I'm going to go through now, just quickly show you how it all works. So this is the home page, as you can see, and you've got it's saying here basically for students it's always going to be free. We're not going to charge anything for students ever. For teachers there is a free offering and it's really quite comprehensive. You can do a lot with it. But if you would like to access some of the more advanced features, then you can upgrade for a whole 99 pence a month, or if you're in US dollars, the rest of the world, then you would be 99 cents a month, so not exactly expensive. And that gives you access to a whole bunch of extra features, and we'll be adding more to this as we go forwards, of course. And then the Parents app is a whole 99 cents or 99 pence a month as well, and that at the moment is available on Android and hopefully very soon on Apple as well, on iOS as well. So that's the overview. Let's just dive in now. So I'm going to log into my account now. I'm just going to pause the video and log. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to go and I'm going to show you how you'd create an account. So a teacher would click on register, and it takes you to create a teacher account, and you just enter your username and password. I'm afraid this is rather a big form, but it does it all in one hit, so you get it all out of the way up front. So you've got a username, your password, your email address, and then you can choose to put in your title and your family name. And when you do that, it will show you how you display it, so how your name will be displayed to your students within the app. Then you've got to confirm that you give permission, and you can choose how we should contact you. That's basically it. Once you've done that, you're signed up and ready. Now I've already created an account, so I'm just going to log into that account now. There we go, I'm now logged in. And you can see this is your dashboard, so we've got the main functions of the site are here. We've tried to make this as user-friendly as we possibly can, and of course we welcome any feedback that you have as we go. So the first thing you'll probably want to do is create some content. Please bear in mind that this content is my testing content. Being the developer, I have some pretty crazy random stuff in here. But the point is that once you create your content, you create your question collections, they appear in this big long list here, which you can filter by anything you want. So you can type to filter in there if you wish, and you can also filter by tag as well. So for example, if you're going to be want some stuff to do with Python coding, which is something I've been doing with my kids, then you can click on the Python coding tag and it will filter it. But let's create some content first of all. So let's create a new question. Let's call this just call it question testing question collection. You give it a name. Once you've done that, it creates you your question collection, and that allows you to now start entering some content into there. So it says you don't have any questions because we haven't added any yet, and you've got some basic settings and stuff that you can do up at the top right hand side here. So let's create a question. When you create a question, you can choose what type of question you'd like to create. So we've got a number of different question types supported on here at the moment. We'll be adding a lot more as time goes on, but obviously we've just released, so we're in the early stages. Let's start with a simple multiple choice. So let's do create for that. And here it gives you a number of fields that you can enter. Now you can get as complicated or as not as you like with this. You don't have to enter all of these fields, but it's just so that you've got lots of options. Okay, so let's say, where is Paris? That's my question. Let's say the answer is France. It's not Spain. That's as much as I have to do. I don't have to do anything beyond that. But if I wish to, I can also add other incorrect answers as well. So let's say Germany. And I don't know, Italy. Okay. Then we've also got Socratic guidance and didactic feedback, and the idea of these is that, in fact, if you click on this, it'll tell you a bit more about it. The idea of these is that these will give feedback to the students as they incorrectly attempt the question to try and guide them to learning better. So you can enter some guidance into there as well. So let's say let's just say this is the Socratic feedback. This is guidance, and here is an instruction. Okay, so those, but you don't have to enter those. If you don't, the system will generate a fairly sort of generic default feedback for them to use. Okay, you save the question. Boom, that's done, and that's now created your question. You'll get quite fast at this actually, and we're going to add features for adding these much faster than this as well. At this point now you can either edit the question, in which case you get that same interface back again, or you can click on preview, and that will preview the question as it will appear to the students in the games. So, so this is obviously, this is how this is going to appear. So if they incorrectly answer it, you'll see now you get some feedback, the first hint, which is the Socratic feedback, and then it locks them out until some time has passed so that they get to have a go with it. Then here's the next bit of feedback because they incorrectly answered it again. So you can start to guide them to how you want them to answer the question. And then again, here's an instruction now. This is the last type of feedback. And then if they answer it correctly, it would then give them the option to potentially get some gameplay. But you haven't seen that yet, so let's just add another couple of questions and we can do some gameplay. So let's do that. Let's just do true or false. Cats are clever, which they are. Very clever indeed. Or at least wily anyway. Okay, dogs are fluffy. Quite often. True. Okay, good. So we've got 3 questions in there now, and you can add as many questions as you want into this question collection. The system uses an algorithm to decide which of the questions the student best knows, and it will drop those to the bottom of the list so that you're asking them the questions they least know at the beginning of the when they play, and it will keep on analysing that, and that gives them a personalised learning experience to an extent, and that's an algorithm that we're going to be tweaking a great deal as time goes forwards. Okay, so now if I go into the play menu, you'll see that that is at the top of the list here. Here it is, and there's certain things that I can do. I can like question collections, and that will help with recommending new ones to me in the future if there are things that are connected to this. And if this was someone else's question collection, clicking on here would bring up a little bit of information about them as well. In fact, we don't actually put much information in there for obvious reasons, but we may do as we start to do more with linking teachers. So in there you've also got actions. You can edit it, that's what we were doing just now. You can duplicate it if you want to create a copy of it, and you can do this with other people's question collections on here too. You can view the details, and if you view the details, well, apparently it breaks, so I'm going to have to fix that, so I'll fix that. But that should come up with the list of the questions in that question collection. You can also add it to your favourites, which appear here, because you've got your question collections, favourites, colleagues, students, and all that as well. So that would, if you want to create a set of favourites, which is ones that you found from other people, then you can do that in here just by going to my favourite collections. There they are. Okay, so. But going back to this list again, here's my question collection I just created. You can also set that to a group, so by doing that you can set it to your students to play as formative or summative, and so basically you just click it and save. That's it. That's now set to the group. So anyone who logs in that group, who's in that group, will then see that question collection. And in another video I'll show you how you do all the managing groups and stuff like that. You can also assign tags to it as well, but that's a more advanced feature. So if you then click on play, it will show you the different games that we have available to us, and here they are. So at the moment we've got 20, we're going to be adding to these quite a lot, and let's say we choose, let's choose Space Race. So now here we are. You can view your progress in that question collection, and there's a leaderboard. The leaderboard doesn't compare progress, it compares game scores for very good reasons. And then we click on play, and it'll give us some instruction as to how to play, click on start, and then here's our question. So let's answer that correctly. It now gives us our wheel of luck to see whether we're going to get to play or not. There's sound, by the way, but I've got my headphones so you won't hear it. So, oh dear, I didn't do very well there. I didn't start playing really. So let's just do this next one. Okay, and I didn't get gameplay that time, so you don't always get gameplay. This is kind of part of it, and I didn't get gameplay that time either. Okay, it gives you a summary of what's gone on and how your progress has been, and then you get to play again. Let's just play that game properly. I was turning off my headphones when it started last time. Okay, so no gameplay in that one. Okay, right, it's got some gameplay. And so here we are. So now we're playing. You get a few seconds of gameplay, which tend not to last very long. And then you get your next question again as well. So that's kind of how it all works, and then once you've done all of that, you've got a whole bunch of analytics that you can do on it. So we'll talk about managing groups another day, but I'm just going to have a very quick look in the analytics section for you. So here you get a summary of the groups that you've got and who's struggling in general over all your groups. And you can dig down into the groups. Again, I'll do a deeper dive on this in another video, but this tells you who's struggling, what the overall performance of students are, how many students have been playing, how much time they've been playing, and then you've got a list of those students and their overall performance. You can dig down into those as well, so if we dig down into here, for example, you can dig down to see what question collections those students have been playing, what their overall performance is, when they last logged in. You can even see exactly when they logged in. And then further than that, once you've found a question collection that they've been playing, you can dig down into that and you can see what their progress has been like over time. You can see their average time playing and all of those sort of things, and you can see the weakness level for each of the questions. These questions are a bit crazy because they're testing ones, they're just numbers, but they would be, actual question would be listed there. And then how much time they've been playing, how many times they've played, and then how weak or otherwise they are. And you can filter on these lists as well so that you can see which ones the weakest are first. So this is his weakest question, and then I can drill down into that and I can see exactly what they got wrong on those questions, and further than that I can even see what their answer was at that point in time, so they can see how they answered it as well. So you can see a really great deal of detail in here as to what's going on. And that's pretty much the overview of what oodlü does. Hopefully it's going to be useful to you, and of course we have a comprehensive support group here which allows you to contact other people in the community and us of course as well, and we are on Twitter and we are on Edmodo. So we very much look forward to seeing how you get on, and if you do have any questions, do just get in touch. Thanks very much.